Hello, Zane. Hello, cats. Hello, redacted computer. What's up? I am well. I just thought I'd show my face or a hand for a bit. Do I use a large diameter lead? I do not. This is 0.5 millimeters, this one. I used to draw a lot with like a 0.7. I use 0.5 most of the time though, because it's just what I'm used to. Hi Fizzy, hi Arctic Monkey, hi M Lord. Hello, greetings, hello. Welcome, we're drawing. Draw Greek gods, not today. I've done so much of that though. I just don't have any of that online. I went through a serious phase for like 2 years in college where the only stuff I drew for myself was Greek gods. I did dozens and dozens of Greek god drawings. Well, probably not dozens, probably hundreds. That was like all I would sketch for a while. If I was just drawing for myself, if I didn't have any schoolwork or stuff like that. Steven wanted to ask this for a while. Do you meditate and does it help in your process? Yes, I do. Well, I don't... Does it help in my process? Well, I think it helps me as a person, which of course affects my process. But yeah, I think that might be open to interpretation. I do try to... I think that the mental state that I try to be in while I work, most people would, or I consider it a form of meditation. Like, I am trying to practice meditation in my drawing time as much as I can. But yeah, that I'm careful to like, I get that would not fit most people's idea of meditation, right? Most people's idea of meditation is taking place specifically when you're sitting still or when you're walking around or something like that. But for a while now, I've tried to recreate the feeling of a sitting meditation while drawing. Or let's not say recreate, it's more like I'm trying to witness the same insights that are available while sitting, while drawing. Something like that. Hi everyone. Hello Metalhead. Hello Obata. Glad you can catch streams. Your calm style reminds me of Steve Houston or Ray Bustos. That's funny. I could see that with Steve, but Ray Bustos calm? No way, man. I don't know about that. He's crackling with energy. It's always, how about them apples? Can you believe that? Is anatomy important if you want to draw from imagination? My friend, only if what you want to draw from imagination is anatomically focused. If you want to draw bunnies from imagination, which I know a lot of people in this stream are only interested in drawing bunnies of some sort, but you only need bunny anatomy if that's your goal. It's all based on your goals. Have you seen the films of the students at Gobelins? Yes, I have. Yeah, we had our eyes on that stuff a lot back when I was in school, so I've been watching Gobelins films for like over a decade. You know, the program that I was in, we weren't doing animation. We were doing design drawings, but we were very inspired by the simplified, iconic designs that they had for the stuff in their shorts. We were looking at them a lot. Do you do critiques to help artists with their mistakes? Only for students that I've taken on these days. So students that are in my workshop or my one-on-one mentorship students, which I'm not really taking new ones of those right now. I unfortunately cannot just crit anyone anymore. Those days have passed. Like so many days have passed. I wish I could help everybody, but it's just not possible anymore. I used to just draw whatever any random person wanted. I used to just go on art forums and make request threads, and I'd be like, just name it, I'll draw it. I prefer something weird. And I would just spend all night just drawing everything that everybody asked. Those days are long gone. It was 1,000 years ago. Best title, Drawing Techniques of the Rich and Famous. Let us explore the esoteric, luxury, and utterly exotic drawing techniques of some of history's most famous and wealthy artists. My dog always comes over to me when I use that stupid voice. I don't know what she associates that voice with. Does she think I'm mad at her or something? Every time I use that voice, she comes right over to my seat. She's like, why are you talking like that? Don't be weird. Yeah, it was 1,000 years ago. The internet was around. Yeah, Dark Ages Europe. Full internet. I was hanging out in chat rooms while being under the punishing thumb of some closed-minded bishop. Excuse the pencil sharpener. Sir, do you like The Witcher? I have played just a bit of Witcher 3. So I would not say that I am the most ardent fan. Also, there is no need to call me Sir. I have earned no titles. No royalty has honored me. I did not save a knight's life in battle. No one need ever call me Sir. You can just call me by my full first name. Steven like that. I'm having a weird day today. I'm sorry if I'm being extra weird. My schedule has been all off today. I had all sorts of chores at odd hours, and I took a nap way too early in the day. You know those days where you get up real early? You're up at like 5:30 a.m. You're like, yeah, early morning, being productive. And then I was drawing at like 6 a.m. I was like working early in the day. And then I took like an hour and a half long nap at like 8 a.m. Like, your day's done. You messed up. I really shouldn't have done that. I'm having a weird day. Where do you recommend for making online friends? I know there are Discord servers and such, but I'm a bit shy and all. Any tips? If you fix the shyness, if you attack the shyness, that'll fix everything else. Don't worry about it. You can be shy, but be a shy person who talks to people. You can keep being shy, but talk to people. Sam Lamb, pretty sure that's a full-blown wood chipper. You can't follow Stevens up either. No wood chippers here. I can neither confirm nor deny, but I will deny that there's a full-blown wood chipper. It is, I'll be honest, it is just a regular pencil sharpener, but I do love it special. I love it so much that I actually stole it from work years ago. I was like, these people don't know what they have here. And I was like, I'm gonna elevate this pencil sharpener. It will sharpen artist tools from now on, instead of just office number 2 pencils. Cooking and listening to Steve draw. Joe, that's just weird. I can't be cooking while I'm drawing. It doesn't align. You should be watching a cooking stream. Would you mind explaining a little bit about how you go about choosing what pencils to use and when in this drawing? These days I really do most of the work with just 2 pencils. So I do basically all of the sketching and all of the rendering in the light with a 0.5 pencil, mechanical pencil. This is the one that you're seeing here, and it just has regular HB lead. And I fill in the shadows and do work right next to the shadow with this, a Palomino Blackwing pencil. And I do 90% of the drawing with that. Near the end, I'll take out a 0.3, a slightly smaller version of this mechanical pencil. I believe it has the same lead hardness in it. And I really only do that when the drawing is really developed, because after a while, this pencil will have filled in most of the grain everywhere that I'm working on the drawing, and the 0.3 will get into the grain a little bit sharper, with a little bit more precision. So after there's been a lot of work already on the drawing, the 0.3 will actually go down darker than the 0.5 will, because the 0.5 just can't fit into any unblemished paper grain. And that's really all I use. I'll bring in a specialty tool if I need it. Oh, and I also technically draw with... Where's my blending stump? I technically do a bunch of drawing with this, with the blending stump. So if I want details like over here in this big light area, I'll pick up some graphite from the shadows and I'll drag it into the light area with this, and I'll just use this like a pencil and I'll sketch with it and find shapes with it just like I would with anything else. Oh no, full of nightmares, Magda? That's harsh. I redrew Fallen, and guess how much it took me? 7 months? What? It's a long time. Are you talking about my drawing Fallen? Were you doing a study? Is there some other picture called Fallen that I don't know about? What kind of cookies do you like, Sam? Oh man, that's crazy, Zachariah. You gotta send it to me. Tag me in it on Instagram or something like that. I'm always tripped out to see people's studies of my drawings. Always a trip. I've never figured out how to make blending with the stump look good. Just ends up being smudgy mess. I've just ended up angling my pencil a lot and carefully increasing my pressure. Yeah, personally for me, the trick to making the stump look good is you don't use it to smudge, you use it to draw. I try to remember to always be drawing when I'm using the blending stump. It's like, as soon as it's just putting down mush, you know, a general like square tipped mush, it's not really useful. But if it's putting down new information, if it's beautifying the drawing, then it's as useful as anything else. So I'm always trying to, yes, I'm softening with it, but I'm softening while drawing. You know, I'm adding in information while I'm softening. You kind of have to play both games at once. Do you ever use Mars Lumograph black pencils? Not really. I have a couple in my drawing box, and I've occasionally used them just because they were the nearest pencil, but I can't really tell what the difference is between them and regular soft pencils. They don't really seem different to me. So, short answer, no. No, I do not. I don't use them, ever. They're disgusting. They disgust me. They're the most abject and abhorrent kind of art material. Every time one touches my hand, it burns. I recoil from it. It leaves a scar right down the middle of my palm like I gripped a blazing sword. I would stay away from them, if at all possible. I'm gonna have to sharpen a couple dark pencils here because I have a lot of dark area to fill in. This is no joke. It's pretty heavy on the darks. Pretty heavy on the darks. Do I not have another one in here? Apologies. Thank you for the videos. They are incredibly inspirational. Do you have any tips for avoiding graphite shine, or do you just accept it as part of the medium? I do indeed. I do indeed accept it as part of the medium. I have come to love it. And as far as I know, nothing can prevent it. I think some workable fixatives claim to reduce graphite sheen, but I've never seen it actually work. I like to think it makes the drawing shimmer, like a jewel, like metal, like precious silver or gold. Bye, Arctic Monkey. I'm going to a concert for the first time in like 2 years tonight. That's pretty wild. I low-key feel nervous about it. Just like not used to being in a place with a lot of people. I keep imagining it and I'm like, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people in one place. What are you seeing? I'm seeing jungle. Bye, Magda. Take care. Good luck at work. Take care, my friend. All right, Zachariah. Well, I hope you learned something from it. Happy to have been a part of your artistic journey. I'm glad it turned out great. Life's a trip. Love from India? Well, love from New York City. Where'd my clock go? Come on, clock. Where you at? There you are. Steven, is there any way to learn rendering better faster? It's the most time-consuming process in a piece, and I'm curious if there are any shortcuts or tricks to learn it faster. I don't think there's any real shortcuts. What I could advise the most is to make it a fun part of the process. Don't let it do what you're saying, where it's like the most time-consuming and it can feel like a drag. Like, make it fun. That's what made it so much easier to do it for me and to get through it for me. I save a lot of the drawing for the rendering, and I leave myself a lot of room to discover shapes and forms in the rendering process. And that's how I don't get bored of it. And it's okay if it takes a really long time, because I'm not just doing a step in the process when I render. I'm not just like making the lines look good or quote unquote completing the picture. I am still discovering the picture and designing it while I render, in the rendering. I'm finding new things about the picture, adding new exciting forms to the picture. That's what really allows it to be vibrant and alive for me. Oops. All right, my weird scheduling day continues. Just had something else pop up, so I'm actually gonna have to run in about 15 minutes. A very short stream today. Apologies, everybody. But I'm glad I got to say hi at least. If I can be of service to anybody in the next 10 to 15 minutes, let me know. Throw your questions in the chat. Do you ever notice a bad proportion after you have drawn a part of a body, or you are used to not making this type of mistake? I notice bad proportions all the time. And I try to fix them. On my good days, I have a lot of energy to fix them, and on my bad days, I get lazy and I'm like, ugh, whatever, let's just get through it. And of course, I always regret it. I always regret not just fixing it. So I notice proportional... I mean, errors is a weird way to put it because I'm drawing from imagination so often. It's more like I notice that there's a proportion that I would prefer to be another way. You know, it would communicate what I want better. And yeah, I try to correct it when I find it. Are you thinking while drawing, or is it more of a feel thing? I try to feel as much as I can, and I'm trying to connect with the content as much as I can. I'm thinking only to diagnose issues, usually. When something goes wrong, my conscious mind, I'll let my conscious mind sort of go crazy on it. And I'll let my conscious mind sort of offer up a solution. And then once I have it, I'll try not to think too hard while I enact the solution. I'll try to do the solution from a place of relaxation and peace and a bit of automaticity. And that's because if you've started from an instinctual place on a drawing, a lot of the times, if you start doing corrections from a place of not that, if you don't let the instinct come into the corrections and to the adjustments, you can always kind of tell those areas seem to like, they contrast with each other. They always look a little different. I will check it out, Zachariah. Any design theory books you recommend? Drawing Lessons from the Great Masters by Robert Beverly Hale is a good one. Your channel's had a big impact on how I think about drawing, which has had a big impact on my drawing themselves. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Happy to have been of service. Yeah, sorry that I have to cut out so quick today. I was hoping I'd be able to stream for a couple hours or 3 hours like usual, but today's schedule has been all out of whack for me. Apologies that I mistimed this. And I'm gonna have to run so quickly. At least I got some drawing in. Blackwing should sponsor you, sold me on their pencils. Maybe they should. Blackwing, are you in here? Blackwing, are you in this chat? Where's my sponsorship money? At least give me free pencils, man. Blackwing, man. Where's my free pencils at, man? Come on. I'm always shilling you out here, Blackwing. For nothing? For nothing? That's it. I'm never mentioning Blackwing again until I'm getting paid. Thanks to you, I have an illustration job? What? That I like. Now that's a feather in my cap. Congratulations, Monique. That's great. Good for you. Doing forms like this in shadow areas always takes a really long time, just because like everything has to be so dark and it takes so long to make pencil dark. So even if they're really simple, it takes a long time to create any kind of balanced transitions and stuff like that. Weird choice for doing on a stream, I'll tell you what. I would expect an area like this, if I wanted this big shadow shape with all of its modulations and stuff to look finished, you know, and I don't know if I'll finish this drawing or whatever, but if I really wanted it nice and finished for a final drawing, this one strip, probably spend 10 hours on that. You could easily spend 10 hours on that, like all things told. Adding in, laying it in, and then just like poking it at the end of the process in the details. Big shape like that, this shape's like what? This is probably like 14 inches across or something like that. That could easily take 10 hours. If you really wanted it like, that's a spicy meatball. I've been trying to share your videos with a musician friend of mine because I think they would, I think the way you think about art is super helpful for all artistic journeys. Oh, I love that. That's so kind. And thanks for telling your friends, truly. I really appreciate it. You know, you guys see, I don't run ads during the Super Bowl or anything like that. I just think it would be a little intrusive to do something like a Super Bowl ad with like me on a horse or like coming down from a mountain on a dragon's back or something like that. Like obviously that'd be better for the channel if I did that, but I just feel like usually people want to focus on the Super Bowl and I don't want to like impinge myself on that. So we grow only by word of mouth here because I don't take out ads like that. You know, no billboards in Times Square, no bus campaigns all through your city. I just don't do that stuff. That's not me. That's not really the vibe that I like. Like all the other art YouTubers in the world, they like to do that stuff, but I'm a little different, you know. So really, word of mouth goes a long way here. Thank you so much. Steven, I really struggle to find out the medium which I will choose to render stuff with. I tried graphite and charcoal and both of them don't speak to me. Move on, you know? When some other conditioning factors in your life might arise later and they'll be just right for you. Don't worry about it, move on, try more. You just gotta experiment, try a lot, and try to figure out how you think, you know? Try to figure out how you think. Like, when I'm rendering, when I think of rendering as whatever it takes for you to finish a piece, to put enough information into a piece that it feels scoped and finished and broad. When I think of that, I like form, you know, I try to make things look formy. That might not be for you. That's not necessarily what rendering is, you know, soft things turning and things like that. For you, rendering might be a beautiful variety of graphic shapes all overlapping each other, right? Tons of people paint that way. What medium is going to be right for you for that? Graphite would suck for that, right? Maybe you need to try gouache painting. Maybe gouache would be the perfect medium for you if that's the way that you render things and finish things. So explore mediums and also ask yourself, what's the kind of information I like to put into pictures? And try to find a medium that marries with that. You like the whale shape? You know, it surprised me. This was just a real random sort of thing for a long time, and I didn't think it looked like a whale, and then I sketched that eye in there at the core shadow, and I was like, da, 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 and I put the eye, and then I looked away, and then I looked back, and I was like, oh, it's a freaking whale. Yeah, so I'm fine with that. I like it. Ain't nothing wrong with whales. It's cool. I love letting just subconscious stuff happen, you know? What do you think about compliments? Do you like them or you don't care? Honestly, like, I think compliments are just worth their weight in gold, you know, like super, 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 super valuable. I live off of them. They're absolutely everything to me. I'd hear them all day if I could. And I often do. I just recite a bunch of compliments into a recorder and I play them back to myself throughout the day if I'm feeling down. So compliments, yeah, I'd put them somewhere on a scale of 1 to most important thing in my life. Probably most important thing in my life. Yeah, I love compliments. When do you decide to add colored pencil to your drawings? I don't really do colored pencil. I like to color digitally. Digital is mostly my colored medium. For traditional, I like watercolor. That's what I do color with. All right, people. Unfortunately, I've got to run. Apologies that I Apologies that I misscheduled this stream. Not really. I just had a very improvisational and messed up schedule today. So I've got to run. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for checking in. I'm glad that I got to drop by at least for a few minutes and doodle a little bit and say hello and answer some questions. So I will see you all very soon. And thank you for drawing today. And good luck with all of your creative endeavors today. And you know what? Even though it's me getting out of my lane, good luck with your non-creative endeavors as well. You know, if you're having business endeavors or like investing endeavors, or you're like going to try to fix your car, good luck with those endeavors as well. Honestly, we're equal opportunity blessers for endeavors on this channel, is what I'm going to say. I'm going to go ahead and say that. All right, everybody. Peace. Thanks for the goodbyes, everybody.